Buried fish update. Oh yeah. There's a big catfish. There's the right there, and it is breaking down quite well. I'm not smelling it or anything, but amazing. Most of the carcass there, you can barely tell that anything was there. Doesn't smell all that great, but things are breaking it down. The bones are there, and it's just breaking down very well. Looks like we had a dog or something there, but like I say, I probably won't plant anything in here for a good long while. Same thing here. It's a catfish here. It's so much of it is broken down because you know this soil, and it's only been about a week or so since I've buried a few, went fishing again. Some of you may have seen one of my fishing videos, not the fishing video, but burying the fish. So I caught a nice big catfish and some other catfish pieces and just took them and buried them here. And again, I'm a big fan of the buried compost system. And again, we can come here and can't really smell anything until we actually get to the meat of the carcass itself. And I can see those bones. It's clear that's a bone there. And it's breaking down incredibly quickly. All kinds of little worms and bugs breaking this down. This is the way the Indians did it. They buried their fish, things like that. There's a dorsal fin or something there. See that? Right there is a part of it. But yeah, that's definitely a part of it. I could smell it. So, and I just buried it here, covered it up, and it's just breaking down nicely. As you can see, a little bit bigger hump here than over in other places of it. But and that's what I'm experimenting with, is various kinds of fish emulsions and fertilizers. And well, that will probably break down fully by the time spring gets here. I mean, it's only been about a week, and pretty much the skin and the flesh have just broken down, and all that's left is a lot of bone and stuff. And so, you know, it's buried, and I can't smell anything. But when you bury it in there, I didn't bury it too deeply. You can get the aroma. But you know, by the time spring gets here, this will be good. But you got to realize that I have cover cropped this. You know, put organic fertilizers in here and all kinds of things, and this has been built up, this soil, that bed, the big pile there, still in the process of getting it done. But as you can see, if you check out the video, I'll try to put a link to it. If I don't, just remind me of where I did bury some fish. And I had about a week or so later, I caught a catfish about the size of, from about here down to the tail, a nice eating size catfish, as they would call it. And what I did was, after I filleted the fish, what was I going to do with the carcass and the guts and all that? Well, I just buried it here in the garden, let it break down. I'm not going to be using this until next year anyway, and so that's working quite well. That's, like I say, I don't really smell anything, and if you do, you just bury it some more, and it is, in fact, breaking down. And it's breaking down quite well. Surprisingly well. And what I may do over the course of the next year is use this bed right here specifically as a composting bed, and where I compost things like that. And so, you know, it's a good soil and everything's going well. So quite satisfied with that. It's a nice little experiment. We'll put another big pile of cover crop over here in the winter once we get all this kind of cleared out, and put a big cover crop here over the winter, very dense, mow that down in the spring and then plant on top of it. And that's exactly how I think about these kinds of things. And so that's kind of an update on the fish fertilizer, real fish fertilizer. You know, so if you're worried about the aroma or the smell, just bury it as deep as you can. You know, not just a superficial dump a wheel load of dirt over it, but dig it down pretty deep and put it in. It breaks down pretty quickly as far as I can see here. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you guys have done to experiment with things like this. And so I will talk to you guys later.